Great conversation. WOCA, News Talk 1370.
All right, thank you very much. It is 3 minutes after 8 o'clock, and it is 71 degrees here at the Paddock Wall.
Nice.
Beautiful looking day, and I don't know what the weather is in New York, but I trust it's going to be good.
I hope so.
I just asked Robin if you're going to be up late tonight with the Student Media Festival.
Yes,
then you're
we
going to be
are.
all excited about your flight to New York in the morning. You and Ronnie are going to get up really early, drive to Tampa.
Yep.
Sleep on the plane. Are you okay? Do you sleep on the plane?
No, I like looking out the
All right,
window.
so-
I like looking at other people and
All right. So if you're in the New York, New Jersey area, and Ronnie decides, okay, I'm getting a little sleepy, I'm going to let you drive, Robin.
yeah.
You better. I hope you get some sleep. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, so we're going to miss you next week.
I'll miss you guys.
Galen Unold has not called in from Life South, so I'm assuming he still is under the weather. He might have what we had, and if he does, then it's going to be a couple weeks. It took us a couple weeks to get over, right?
3 weeks it takes.
I think Tom Schmitz has it now. On the Voice of Ocala in the afternoon.
He does. He's doing what he does.
So yeah, and just hopefully everybody doesn't get it. It's an interesting thing how we catch things from each other, you know.
Yeah, but this is something that's going around everywhere. It's not just generated by one or two people. It's really it's a nasty thing. Hate it.
It is a long one. This one took a long time.
Yeah.
I still got it. I still got it a little bit. All right. So I want to tell you about some misspelled cities.
Okay.
But first, let me tell you that the islands of Hawaii are the setting for a fundraiser benefiting local homeless students and the annual Operation Stuff the Bus school supply campaign.
Yep.
The Hawaiian Luau takes place today. Today, if you want to go. It sounds like a fun event. It'll be at 6 p.m. this evening. The location is the Palm Grove at Oak Run, Royal Oaks Golf Club at 6951 Southwest 115th Street Road. The event is sponsored by the Kingdom of the Sun chapter of the Military Officers Association of America.
Yeah.
Tickets are $30 and include a buffet dinner and luau entertainment.
Yeah.
Participants are encouraged to wear Hawaiian attire.
Exactly.
Which would be what, a grass skirt?
Yep. Coconuts if you're a fellow.
Coconuts if you're a fellow.
Yeah, and a.
You mean the coconut bra
sarong.
thing?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
why
you
wouldn't
can
that be
wear a coconut
appropriate for a
bra.
woman? Why
Yeah.
wouldn't that be good for a woman?
Well, because she's got her other fancy thing on that looks like there's hardly any clothes on. So.
Okay.
There's another with a lei, so it works.
And so there you go. So that's this evening, and it's a good thing. The annual program affords, as you know, I'm sure you know what Operation Stuff the Bus does, but
Yeah.
it provides children who don't have the means to attend school in the fall, which in our case, it's really late summer when they go back to school.
And there are over 3,000 children that are affected by this.
It gives them an equal starting point with the other kids. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the phone, and then we'll get on to our topic of this segment. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, it's me, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, I was just going back to your little thing about talking about the advertising thing and what have you. You know, any reputable, honest advertiser or someone that comes up with the idea for commercials or whatever you want to call them will tell you that business is really a crapshoot. You never know what's going to pique the public's interest. One of the greatest and most successful advertising campaigns on record involved a little old lady and 3 words. Where's the beef? It skyrocketed Burger King sales like there was no tomorrow.
Wendy's.
Is Wendy's.
And it's just, and yet there was other advertisements that have been out there, and I can't think of one off in particular, that you would think would have sold the moon and flopped. It's just one of those things that, it's something to catch people's attention or not.
But let's look at that one just for a second. Let's look at that one, because where's the beef was the flagged words. And
Yes,
and so when
exactly.
somebody went to Wendy's and said, where's the beef, The advertising guy said, "Hey,
Wendy's. I'm sorry. I didn't say-
that's okay." But
I'm just saying.
and just let me finish my point. But when they would go into Wendy's and say, "Where's the beef?" The advertising guys say, "Hey, it's working."
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the flag
Right.
word.
But what's what I'm saying? I mean, it was such a simple idea, and it just took off. I mean, it was a tremendous success.
Well, and you're pointing out what is commonly known as the top of the game. The people on Wall Street do this every day, and
Yes, they do.
what happens is small time advertisers don't pick up on that little trick. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I wanted the local advertisers to know, hey, here's a tool you can use, like Where's the Beef, like give Fernando a kiss.
Exactly.
Like whatever it is, if somebody's going to walk into your store and say, "Hey, where's Jefferson's Bible?" You know your ad is working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. All right. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just throw that 2 cents in there. You know, it's just I was listening to what you were saying, and it was very interesting, and I was just remembering how successful that particular ad campaign was, and it was a little old lady and 3 words.
There you go. Absolutely.
That's what the whole thing was.
Absolutely.
A little old lady and 3 words.
I'm sure you can think of lots of examples. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
All right, have a
examples
great
out
day.
there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think that, well, and he's illustrating how the top of the game, the people who get paid the big money in Wall Street to come up with these ideas, they know these things. This is taught in college, okay?
Yeah.
And yet I often see local advertisers who miss some of these great ideas. And those that I mentioned in the segment before this one, which was really a different topic, but I'll just kind of piggyback since Tom brought it back up.
Yeah.
It was just a way for me to, hey, we speak to experts every day. We speak to experts on how to lose weight, on how to make money, on how to do this, that, and the other thing, right? And I just turned the tables on ourselves for a second there, because my whole objective is to give our listeners something they can use. I want to give our listeners something they can use. The only way I can give them anything is with words and information. And quite often, those words and information comes from somebody else, whether it's Jim George, who will be here in a half hour, or an hour rather, or it's an author who has written about something. We ask the questions, we let their expertise give something to our listeners. And in this case, I wanted to give something of what we know. The other area of our expertise is music, and it would be pointless to talk about music on the air. but I think advertising is something that's very useful and very helpful, especially if you're a small time advertiser and you really want to make sure. Because guess what, the big time advertisers spend big time money. Small time advertisers probably spend a bigger ratio.
Yeah, they do.
Of their money. So it's actually more important for a small time advertiser to know a few of these tricks that Wall Street uses.
Yeah, exactly. All
right.
Good thing you brought it up.
All right. So let's talk about some misspelling
Yes.
cities. This is kind of a fun topic.
I'm looking for
Ocala is named after the Ocala Indians, right?
Yes.
Ocala is therefore what the city should be called. But it is not. It is called Ocala.
Yeah.
Francis Marion was named Marion.
Yes, he was.
So that's not misspelled, but Ocala is a misspelling. Brooklyn, New York, is actually a misspelling.
Oh, really?
Yes. The original word was a Dutch word. It was Brucklyn. Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
And
Interesting.
anyway, so it was actually, if you go back in old publications, you'll see it spelled that way and kind of misspelled, but sort of kind of that way. And eventually it was settled upon the way it sounds, Brooklyn.
Makes sense.
Now, you could say it was a misspelling, or you could say it was an intentional change of spelling. But the point is, it was originally Brooklyn. Your maiden name, your brother's last name,
Yeah.
is also a changed spelling from the original, right?
Yeah, because it was from France. It was Parento. And then when my relatives came over, some kept Parento, and the other customs agents thought they heard Paranto, so they changed the spelling.
Customs agents misspelled
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Isn't that something?
Exactly.
All right. Albuquerque. Albuquerque is actually misspelled. The city is named after Don Francisco Fernandez de la Cueva.
Okay.
Who was the Viceroy of New Spain and the Duke of Albuquerque in the early 1700s. Now, the big misspelling is the dropping of the letter R.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
ALBUR QUERQUE. Now it's spelled ALBU without the R, and then the rest is the same. So it's just a minor thing. It was changed in the 1700s.
I'm waiting for somebody to do that to February.
To February, yes. They will take the R out of February, and then we'll be saying it correctly when we say February. Ocala. Remember, this was in the news. Do you want the C or do you not want the C? Mm-hmm. And what did we decide? We decided we keep the C, right?
Yeah.
So Ocala is OCKLAWAHA, right?
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Yep.
Okay. So Ocala was being misspelled. In fact, it was misspelled on the sign.
Yeah.
It was okay, and then people said that's not the spelling, and then the powers that be didn't really want to spend the money to change the sign, but it became a news story. Oh gosh, it's got to be 15 years ago already.
It has to be at least that, yeah.
But anyway, so Ocala now has the C because there was a little fight to keep it. Mm-hmm. North of Dunellen, there is a small section called Chatmire, CHATMIRE. With a little bit of an accent, it sounds like they're saying Chatmar.
Okay, I can hear it.
CHATMAR. Mm-hmm. So somebody decided to put up a sign, and of course, those city signs, those municipal signs, cost money.
Yep.
So they changed it to Chatmar, and the city people in Dunellen, as small as that little city is, they said you got it wrong. Well, that's what they told us it was called. They said Chatmar. Well, maybe that's what they told you, but it's spelled Chatmire.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So Chatmire is what it was changed to, again, similar to the story of Ocklawaha.
Mm-hmm. Fascinating.
Cleveland, Ohio, misspelled.
Really?
Cleveland was named after General Moses Cleveland, who spelled his name CLEAVELAND. You might have noticed there's an A in there that is not in the city spelling.
Yeah. Okay.
A local newspaper covered the story of how Moses Cleveland settled the city in 1796. Their newspaper typesetting guy didn't have enough room to spell Cleveland, so he dropped the A.
One letter. Didn't have enough room.
And forevermore, it's CLEVELAND without the A.
Gosh. Wow. One letter.
Now, there was so far
Micro
not so
inch.
cool, but here's a cool one. Here's a really cool one. There's a town in Michigan called Novi, Novi.
Okay.
Novi was originally the 6th stagecoach stop for people leaving Detroit. So back during stagecoach days, it was the 6th stop.
Oh, okay.
The sign to let people know it was the 6th stop was NO period VI, as in the Roman numeral for 6.
Oh.
This is stop number 6.
Oh.
NO period, meaning the abbreviation for number, and then VI for 6.
Oh, okay.
And people passed through, thought it was called Novi. So they removed the period after it and lowercase the V and the I, and now it's Novi. It's actually originally was called number 6.
Oh my gosh.
How about that?
That's interesting stuff.
Frankfort, Kentucky was originally named after Stephen Frank.
Ooh.
Stephen Frank was a pioneer who was killed by Indians when he was trying to ford the Kentucky River. Mm-hmm. So, to cross the river, right? Frank's Ford is what they called the city, Frank's Ford, because that's where he was trying to ford the river. Frank's Ford, F-O-R-D, not the car, but the verb to cross the river.
Yeah.
Eventually was compressed and transformed to Frankfort with a T replacing the D.
Oh, okay.
Frankfort. So it wasn't a fort. It was a guy named Frank, last name Frank, who wanted to ford the Kentucky River.
Mm-hmm. Gosh. Disservice, it seems. That's done by this.
Let's see. Hackensack, New Jersey. The European settlers couldn't be bothered with learning how to properly pronounce the name of the original landowners, which is the Akanshasaki Indian tribe.
Oh, so it starts with an A then and not an H.
Yeah, Akan-Shasaki Indian tribe.
That's not hard.
Anyway, so they wrote down the tribe's name as Hackensack and just misspelled it, but anyway, so it became Hackensack. Newport News, Virginia. Captain Christopher Newport and William Newce, Newce.
Oh, okay.
Their names were combined to make Newport News, Newce, Virginia. It was accidentally turned into Newport News, which of course upsets the News family because they're no longer included in the name.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there you go.
Gee.
Newport News, which is an interesting name. Now you know the story behind it.
Yeah. I mean, everything's named Newport News over there, even the newspaper.
Hartport News.
Yeah, right.
Hartford, Connecticut, a misspelling. It started out as Hertford, Shertford.
Shirtford.
Hert. No, I said S accidentally.
Oh, okay.
Hertford.
Okay.
Which is a city in England. The settlers wanted to make it their new Hertford, but somebody changed the E to an A.
So it's Hartford.
It's Hartford now.
Oh, okay.
It's just one of those one-letter things. Muncie, Indiana. Muncie is named after the Muncie sect of Indians in Muncie, Indiana.
I always thought that was a cool name, Muncie.
Muncie was spelled by the Indians. Well, they didn't really have a spelling, so I'm not sure about this. But Munsee is how it's recorded in the history books.
Oh.
But the city of Muncie is Muncie.
That's right.
And I got two more here. Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Interesting name, right?
Yeah.
Spelled Muscle, like the muscles in your arms. Along the Tennessee River, which produces tons of mussels. Mussels.
Oh, my gosh. And they got that wrong. Wow.
And anyway, so it's Muscle Shoals. It was a bowl of mussels. So anyway.
Gosh.
Muscle Shoals.
Isn't that something?
And finally, Selmer, Tennessee. The city was supposed to be named after Selma, Alabama. Let's see. But the guy who named the city spelled it wrong. When he was filling out the paperwork, he spelled it Selmer. And there's quite a few stories, actually, of cities whose names became what they became because somebody filled out the wrong paperwork.
Wow.
In fact, Forest High School here in Ocala has one R in the name Forest because the two R's in the name Forest was representing a man who was associated with the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, we learned that was a shock.
Yeah,
When we learned that.
And when the people in charge decided to name it Forest, but they did not want that association, they dropped an R to connect it more to the Ocala National Forest than to, and I can't remember his first name, but
yeah, but
so there you go.
Yeah,
misspelled, you could say, or perhaps intentionally changed is another explanation. But anyway, so there you go. There's my list.
I like it.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Hey, Hugh.
Say, Sheboygan, Wisconsin, which is about 60 miles north of Milwaukee, that's also an Indian word, and it's for she had a boy again.
No, it's not.
Really, that's right.
That's funny. Well, who am I to argue? I don't know.
It could have been she girl again, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that sounds like a joke to me. All right, thank you,
Hey,
Hugh.
Robin, I want to just have you have a very safe trip and a nice vacation. And according to the paper, it's going to be 74 in New York tomorrow, so that's a nice temperature up there.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks so much, Hugh. I really appreciate it. Thank you
Okay, we're
very
gonna
much.
miss you.
Yeah,
I'll miss you
sure
guys,
will.
too. I enjoy coming in the morning hearing you guys. I do.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, bye now.
And by the way, there was a story just a little while ago that they're taking some of the unidentified remains from the September 11th, 2001 attacks and moving them to the memorial site of which you've been to already. You've been there.
Yeah.
Right. So
but I'm going again.
And I think the museum is opening up soon, right?
Yes.
So-
Yes.
All right. The only other thing I want to make sure we mention, because this is, after all, the segment that we do with Galen Unold from Life South. If you can get out to Life South, donate some blood. If you want to know where the Bloodmobile is, go to lifesouth.org. There's a way to find out on there where the Bloodmobile is. And of course, on Silver Springs Boulevard, you can donate blood at the Life South building. It takes a half hour average.
Yeah.
Half hour on average. You go there, you meet some really nice people. You have just cup of juice or something, watch TV, and you're done. You've become a hero without even doing much other than allowing somebody to remove a unit of blood from your body. You can do the same thing in Denellen. Where would you go, Robin?
Right next door to Winn-Dixie.
Right
Thank you,
next to
Jim.
Winn-Dixie.
Winn-Dixie.
All right, let's push forward and we'll do the gas report, I guess, and some other news. Deal?
Deal.
Ooh, it's cold in here. Ooh, it's hot in here.
It's just right in this house.
Looks like 1 out of 3 know about climate control mechanical services in Ocala. The first didn't call 291-0185. The second didn't know to call 291-0185. The third called 291-0185. So the moral of the story? To know is one thing, but to know and take action is another. Climate control mechanical services. Just right.
All right, Rob, let's look at the price of gasoline. And, you're probably getting to New York much cheaper by flying than if you were to drive. I just think. The price right now for a gallon of regular unleaded in Ocala is $3.68 a gallon. That is down a penny from yesterday, but it's up 20 cents from a year ago. The best price in the area was called in 1 hour ago down in Oxford at the Murphy Express at the Walmart down there. They've got gas for $3.53 a gallon. So a good 15-cent savings from the average. And let's see, do I have one from here? In the Villages, there's a Shell station, $3.59 down there. We'll take a break. Be right back.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
All right, 25 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Got a couple of other news stories to share with you. The first one comes out of Portland, Tennessee. An elementary school teacher in Portland, Tennessee has been suspended for allegedly telling a third grade student to punch a second grader in the face.
Oh, no.
The alleged incident happened at the Watt Hardison Elementary School in Portland after two boys got into a fight on the school bus on the way home from school. The little boy, the third grader, had pushed him and hit his brother and cousin, so he hit him back, according to the second grader's mother. The boy's teacher, Rebecca Castle, found out about the incident the following day and allegedly took the boys into a deserted classroom to finish the fight while bringing another teacher along to serve as a witness.
No, fire that person.
What is
not a good
thinking
teacher
there?
when you do
What
that.
is the thinking there?
No common sense or respect for anybody else.
The next story is that of Berlin, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Berlin, Maryland. An unnamed Maryland high school senior was arrested and charged with mailing animal feces to Mark Flynn, who is the vice principal of his school.
Oh, gee, and you put your return address on there and your name? Can you imagine?
You know, when he
that?
opened it up, he said, "I don't know why people keep sending me the same." Oh, never mind. The next one is out of Cape Coral, Florida. Joe just ran off the road. A drinking game is causing some concerns in Cape Coral, but it's not because high school students appear to be ingesting alcohol. Social media posts supposedly made by students from Cape Coral High School have showed students playing Jews versus Nazis beer pong. In this version of the popular drinking game, the traditional 9-cup triangles players generally use are traded in for a swastika or the Star of David.
Oh, my gosh.
What is wrong with them?
How nuts is that?
They don't get it. They don't get what happened a couple generations back that they need to remember. Somebody needs to teach them what happened.
Yeah.
So that they don't forget.
Exactly. They learned that in school.
Out of Detroit, Michigan, a grandma in Detroit's siblings are calling her Rambo after she used her .45 caliber handgun to fight off 2 armed men who attacked her in her own driveway over the weekend.
Oh, good for her. You go, girl.
Paris Ainsworth was shot 4 times during the attack, but was able to return fire with 8 bullets of her own.
Wow.
Ainsworth is a grandmother of 4. She was getting out of her car when she saw 2 men approaching. She immediately reached for her handgun.
Good for her.
He said, "Don't pull it," and he shot immediately, Ainsworth told the TV reporters. You mother blank, she said to them, and she pulled out her own gun and started shooting.
Good for her.
One, he was right in the middle of the street. The other one was right there on the sidewalk. The 51-year-old went to Sinai Grace Hospital for treatment, the same place where the wounded men showed up and were later arrested.
Oh, gee.
So up until this point, Robin, you were picturing an old lady, and now you find out she's younger than you.
That's right. Exactly. I'm the new age, whatever it is. That's okay. Good for her.
Out of Houston, Texas. Houston police are trying to wipe out a recurring crime wave by flushing out the identity of a man who has been caught on surveillance cameras going number 2 on the lawns and driveways in the city's Woodland Heights neighborhood. They're calling him a serial pooper.
Yeah.
They have actually published photos of the guy
Good.
doing the disgraceful deed. And
doing the nasty.
What the heck is in his mind?
Yeah, he's nuts. And no respect.
Here's a sports story out of Seattle. There will be something else besides 95-mile-per-hour fastballs heating up the air at Safeco Field when the Seattle Mariners take on the Houston Astros on Thursday, May 22nd. The Mariners organization has decided to host a salute to Sriracha Night, possibly in an attempt to spice up a matchup between the worst team in the American League that will give fans the chance to honor America's new favorite condiment.
Oh, wow.
The $25 ticket package for the event includes a main level seating, Mariners Sriracha t-shirts, and one Sriracha menu item from a special concession area.
Okay.
All right, we've got to push forward. We've got Fox News coming up. After Fox News, we will read you the serious news in our segment that we call News Bites. Deal?
Deal.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Democrats meeting today to discuss their next move in the latest fight over Benghazi after a vote Thursday to create a committee to open an 8th investigation.
Republican Representative Ileana Ross-Lehtinen says White House stonewalling made the new committee and more investigating necessary.
Our patience has been sorely tried, so here we are.
Democratic Congressman Elliot Engel calls the decision
the next chapter in this political farce, just in time for the midterm elections.
The vote was 232 to 186 to set up the committee.
Fox Radio Steve Taylor, 7 of the yes votes coming from Democrats. Unidentified remains of 9/11 victims who died at the World Trade Center getting moved to the new Trade Center site tomorrow. The new Memorial Museum is set to open May 21st. And a special day for military families.
Military Spouse Appreciation Day. It was started in 1984, designated by President Ronald Reagan.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
Are you wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars on termite retreat fees? If you're not with Turner Pest Control, you probably are. Turner Pest Control offers the industry's only termite and pest control package that never charges retreat fees, ever. You can get started today for only $99. This is a value of $500 or more. This includes treatments, installation of monitoring stations, quarterly pest control, and a lifetime guarantee, all for an unbelievable low $99. Even if you have another pest control provider, visit turnerpest.com to find out how you can avoid paying those high termite retreat fees.
Hey, it's Christy with Ocala Mac and PC Repair and Ocala Guest Wi-Fi to let you know we have you covered. We are the only local certified Apple and Microsoft computer company in Ocala. We are family owned and operated. From mobile repair to wireless networks, viruses, new systems, or security cameras, we do it all. Check us out online, ocalamacpc.com, or give us a call, 352-566-8324.
Tell them Nick, Madison, or Mason sent you and get free diagnostic.
Get your internet telephone service from the company that brought affordable internet service to Ocala in the first place. All Is Safe is a sister company of Ocala Guest Wi-Fi, a company you've known and trusted for all your internet needs. Whether you need a phone or hundreds, we've got the products and services to meet your needs both now and in the future. Our plans include everything from local and long-distance calling to equipment maintenance and even software upgrades. You can count on All Is Safe to give you cost certainty knowing that your bill will be the same next week, next month, or even next year. Call 352-450-8647 today to learn how to cut your monthly telephone bill up to 60%.
Pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine featuring local businesses and issues and written by local volunteers. Lady Lake Magazine has become a must-read in Marion, Lake, and Sumter counties, audited by Circulation Verification Council and serving the area for 23 years. Plus, Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. All we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 352-804-1223 and pick up your copy of Lady Lake Magazine today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
1370 WOCA. Ocala's information.